Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another Champions of the Continent video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about how do 5-star travelers compare to 4-star travelers. There's a lot of talk in the community right now with re-rolling, and do we need to re-roll until we have 3 5-stars, or do we need to re-roll until we have 6 5-stars? And the truth is that while 4-star characters do suffer from having lower stats than 5-stars, there's a lot to take into consideration when it comes between the 5-star and the 4-star travelers. And some of the biggest things to consider are skills, passives, elemental spells, breaker attacks, and enemy weaknesses. And I wanted to throw up this screenshot because this showcases a really good example of how important 4-star travelers are in your roster and where they can come in handy. So as you can see, the boss on the right is weak to bows, ice, and lightning. And not every 5-star that you have in your roster are going to have these types of attacks. So you would want to bring 4-star travelers that do, especially as you get later and later into the game. There are going to be plenty of bosses that are just too tough and they have to be broken in order for you to get to the end, or else they're going to end up raging and you're going to get wiped. And so and when a boss rages, they have high powered attacks that you basically just get annihilated with, and the way to counter the rage that they go into is by breaking them. So while they do suffer from stats, the 4-stars, they're always going to be able to come through with skills that, you know, your other 5-stars don't have, and they're going to save your party from, you know, the inevitable rage that's going to, you know, completely wipe you. So speaking of stats, I brought up some examples from comparing some 5-stars to 4-stars. So as you can see, Fior has an attack stat that when it's maxed of 404, whereas Trish has an attack stat of 291 when maxed. That is a significant difference, and so when you look at the rest of the stats here and compare them, you can really see where 4-stars definitely suffer compared to the 5-stars. You know, moving to merchants, you can definitely see it. Gilderoy's defense, you know, there's really no comparison with Pia's, and you know, with his skill of being a tank, he'll just always, you know, counteract what Pia's trying to do. Same with Thief, you know, Viola and Kless. There just is no comparison. Viola's speed stat is crazy high compared to his attack stat, 100 more than he has. So you can see it here too. Now with a hybrid example, which, you know, Theo, 350 attack, 306 magic, and then, you know, Shelby's 245 to 236, and then same with magic attackers and magic users. Millard's magic stat is, you know, definitely higher than Ramona, I think it's pronounced. Same, you know, and you can see with all of these characters, you know, their HP stats are way higher too, and that's, you know, that's super important as well. And then comparing Sophia to Paradare, you know, magic is better, defenses are better, crits better, everything is better, and you know, it's you know, quite a noticeable difference. So going back to this slide, so things to consider with breaker attacks. That just means like having a fire attack that hits 4 times versus a fire attack that only hits 1 time. So it's important to, you know, if you do have a 4-star that can chip away at shield points, they may come in handy over a 5-star, and that's something to keep in mind. Also, a lot of 4-star characters have a passive like Cyrus did in the Switch version, where it reveals an enemy weakness. So that's always a plus to bring along too, especially if you're fighting a boss and you just can't figure out what its weaknesses are. You can have someone in there who can come in and just, you know, discover them off turn. And so all of these factors combined really are showcasing the difference between 5-stars and 4-stars. But ultimately, even though 5-stars have the better stats, they're 2 very different categories, and there's a lot of different reasons of why you would bring characters to specific fights, and it's not always going to be a case where you need a full party of 5-star travelers. And I mean, if you have multiple different like warriors or multiple different merchants who are 5-star, then yeah, plug them in, they're going to do way better. But especially with all of us starting off the game with only 8 5-stars to start the game with, we don't need to keep spending all of our rubies in the first week trying to get all of the other 5-stars. You're just going to waste your time, especially if you're just trying to clear the content. Just get through the game first and then see who you want to pull for as the game progresses. Then just bring the 4-stars and you'll be good. Now ultimately, what's the point of this video? Do you need a full team of 5-star travelers to finish the story? And the answer is very simple. Nope. You can get through a ton of content especially in future patches and future stories of the game, a year from now, year and a half from now, 4-stars can still be incorporated into parties. And you can still be super successful. So I would, definitely take a look at the spreadsheet, get to know the 4-stars that you're inevitably going to all have, in the coming months or coming year. Let me know what you think. Do you still plan on dumping all of your rubies in the first week or two, trying to get all the 5-stars right away? Do you believe in the power of the 4-stars? Let me know your thoughts below. And don't forget to subscribe, like this video. Thank you for everybody who is new to the channel. My channel has definitely blown up since I've started this just a couple months ago, and I look forward to, being a guide for you all. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.